Good afternoon, dear students. I am Yuldasheva, the teacher of English Linguistics Department. Today's topic is about body language. As we know, communication, it consists of language. And language itself, according to the usage of the language, we divide the communication into two big types, which are verbal communication and non-verbal communication. And as we know that when we use words, the sentences and the utterances, it is called the verbal communication. And when we use our body in order to express our feelings, in order to express some idea, that such kind of communication is called as body language. Now, firstly, let's find the answer. What is your body telling you? So the first, body language, they are the gestures, poses, movements, and expressions that a person uses to communicate. And these are the elements of body language. If we take the whole communication as a big circle, and if we take it as 100% of the whole part, it is divided into the following. The first 7% of the communication, it consists of verbal communication, and it is conveyed through words. And the next part, which is 38% of it, it is vocal. It means that intonation, pitch, poses, and others can be included here. And the rest 55% of the communication, it is nonverbal, which is called as body language communication. As you see from these examples, most of our communication consists of body language because it is easy to use, it is easy to express, and it is mostly used communication in speaking. So let's analyze body language according to the groups. So body language is divided into three big groups. The first is kinetics. The next one is proximatics and haptics. 5 types of body language. What are they? As we know that our body helps us to express our feelings, to tell some words about our feelings, about our impressions. And the first type of body language is eye contact. We know that through our eyes, we can show surprise, astonishment, and other types of nonverbal communication can be expressed by our eyes. The next type is facial expression. We can smile, we can show our anger and others. And the third one is postures and stance. Without any words, just one position or just one stance, we can also communicate with the people who are around us. And the next one is gestures. And we know that around the world, gestures are mostly used type of nonverbal communication. And every day we use different types of gestures with different meanings. And the last type of body language is face relationship. Now, one by one, we analyze, we investigate these types. So, purpose for eye contact. Why do we use eye contact, and what is it? So, the first purpose is speaking information. We know that while speaking to each other, we try to set eye contact in order to show our attentiveness, in order to show our respect toward our partner or speaker. And the second purpose is showing interest and attention. The third one is inviting and controlling interaction. The fourth purpose of using eye contact is domineering, threatening, influencing others. The next one is providing feedback during speech. And the last one is revealing attitudes. And these are the main purpose of why do we use eye contact and why do we try to set eye contact during the non-verbal communication. So the rest are too much eye contact, its dominance, lack of respect, threat, wish to insult. Too little eye contact, not paying attention, impolite, insistent, shy. And withdrawing eyes, it means that it gives signal of submission. If you pay attention to the usage of eye contact during the communication, there must be the limitation. I mean, not too much eye contact or not too little eye contact. And we must know the norm, the measurement of how to use eye contact. Otherwise, they can, how to say, they can influence on the expression, or they can influence on the impression of our partners also. So the second type of our body language, this is facial expression. It means that by our face, through our face, we can express some opinions, we can communicate, we can show some emotions, feelings. So what can face speak? Our face can speak about happiness, sadness, displeasure, anger, fear, and interest. Now in these pictures, if you pay attention, there are different types of gestures. We know that, as I have mentioned about, there are different types of gestures, and we mostly use them in our daily life. If we analyze the types of body language, among them gestures are mostly and widely used type of body language in non-verbal communication. Now, one by one, let's investigate the ways of how to express feelings or emotions or the information by the gestures. We can count them. So the first one is shoulder shrugging. If we shrug shoulders, it gives signal about that I don't know or somebody doesn't know. And in these pictures, you can find that the last picture here, it means that shoulder shrugging. Which gives signal that the person doesn't know anything about the asked question or about the situation. The next one is puffed chest. So puffed chest, it is a signal of pride or achievement. Of course, in most cases, our little children like doing puffing chest, of course, and in most cases they like pride or achievement. And in usual communication, also puffed chest for everybody, it can be used, and also it gives a signal of pride or achievement. And the next one is sucked stomach. So sucked stomach, it is the signal about that the person is not as fat as he or she looks, and it means the signal that I'm not as fat as I look. Sucked stomach, it means this meaning. The next one is finger crossing. Finger crossing, it is mostly used when we tell the information about protection, and it's also widely used gesture. In the next one, eye rub. Eye rubbing is also one gesture, so it means that avoiding eye contact or lying. We know that in most cases, when we investigate or when we watch some criminal films or some situations, in that situation, the person who rubs his or her eyes more and more, it gives signal that the person is avoiding eye contact and he or she is lying. And the next one is nose tapping. So nose tapping, it means minding your own business. For example, while communicating, while speaking, if you tap your nose or if you tap somebody's nose, it means that mind your own business. It gives a signal about this meaning. The next one is thumb upping. For example, in the first picture, you can see that the person is putting his thumb upping, and it means best luck or victory. When you want to say that everything is good and I have much luck, we try to put our thumbs up. The next one is rubbing palm together. It means that positive expectation, and this is also one of the mostly used gestures in communication. The next one is thumb and finger rubbing. Thumb and finger rubbing, it gives signal about money expectancy, and this is also one of the commonly used gesture in the communication. And the next one is hands clenched together. It means that the person is very confident and feels free, very free. The next one is stippling hands. It means that frustration or request. It gives signal about the person who is frustrated or who wants something. The next one is hands in pocket. When the person shows the gesture like hands in his pocket, it means that the person is being aggressive and it gives a signal about that aggression. And the next one is hands on hips. So aggressive achiever stance. This is also one type of stance, and it gives the signal about aggressiveness. So chin stroking, making a decision. We know that in most cases, when we are asked some questions or when we are given some discussion materials, we try to solve this question or to answer that asked question. And in this case, we stroke our chin. And this is also one gesture. And when the person strokes his or her chin, it means that the person is making some decision, is deciding or working on some discussions. This is also one stance. So mouth guard, so suppressing and suppressing deceitful words, telling lie. This is also one stance. Now postures and stance. So standing, sitting, lying. These are the parts of postures and stance. And here we can see that here I given some common postures. For example, sagging, it means that depression or the person is in depression or in difficult situation. The next one is forward lean. It is positive attitude. It is with good meaning. Backward lean, it means negative attitude. Also in our Uzbek culture, we try to show the respect toward our partner, and we try to forward lean. It means that we are listening to the person, we are paying attention to the partner, and it is with good sign. The next one is arms folded across the chest. It means that unsympathetic. If arms held loose, open positive attitude. In most cases, our stance or our postures also can speak about our character, and can speak about our mood, feelings also. And the next one is upright posture. So here, if you show upright posture, it is high status, or it means that I'm the boss. It means that the person is the leader of that place or of that situation. The next one is bowing head. So bowing head, it speaks about lower status. And if you pay attention, in real communication, when somebody is in difficult position or in troubleness, in this case, some people bow their head. It means that the person has lower status. The next one is self-wrapping. So self-wrapping gives signal about withdrawal, self-protection, and others moderately upright. So it speaks about enthusiasm and friendliness. The person who is alone, in this case, the person can feel friendliness, and the person can feel loneliness. Proxemics. So when you invade my space, it means that reactions to an invasion of your space, it can give the feeling of troubleness, or feel troubled. The person can feel troubled or get defensive, become aggressive, retaliate. The next, please. Kinds of touch depends on various factors. Which part of body is touched? So voluntary, involuntary, how long the touch lasted, pressure used, movement after contact, mood while touching, relation between the two persons. So types of handshake. As we know that in different cultures, in different world communication, handshaking can be used in different ways. What does it mean? For example, in some cases, handshaking is used for greeting. The first one, for example, if handshaking is stiff or stiff arm handshake, it means equality. If the handshaking is dead, and if it is dead fish handshake, the name of such kind of handshake is dead fish handshake. It means that weak character. The next type of handshake is aggressive handshake, politician handshake, politician handshake, palm down dominance, palm up submission, knuckle grinder, aggression. It means if a knuckle grinder, it means aggression. Fingertip grab, it means keeping at considerable distance, arm pulling, insecurity. Double handshake, upper arm grip, it means transmits feeling, or shoulder hold, penetrates intimate zone. So, how to be attractive? We know that while using those elements of non-verbal communication, which is called body language, for example, if we use eye contact, they also give some natural point of communication. For example, how to be attractive. It means that while speaking, while communicating with our partners, while speaking to our friends, we try to attract, we try to involve their attention. We want that our listeners listen to us very attentively. They can understand our feelings, feelings like this. And in this case, the following can help to be attractive, to involve attention. So it is eye contact, it can be facial expression, the next is head movements, gestures, postures, proximity, body contact, appearance as the physique, timing, and synchronization. These are the base of how to be attractive. In general, we can say that body language, it is most used type of communication, and we every day apply to this type of communication. We use different types of body language in our real speaking, in our real communication, in our daily life. And there are different physical signals, mean different things to different people, depending on factors such as nationality, status, and situation. All of them depends on body language. What does it mean? According to the atmosphere, we use different types of body language. There are some situations that in most official situations, we try to avoid using of body language, because in some cases, not all the time using body language can be acceptable as a natural. In some cases, using body language can be assessed as an impoliteness also. That's why we must know about how to use body language and how to communicate through the body language. These are all about body language, about today's lesson. And I think that everything is clear, and see you at the next lesson. Goodbye.